Oh wait, that was cool.
Yes!
Yes.
Finally we're back.
So now you're reacting to the 5-member boy group SHINee and a B-side off of their album One of One, released in 2016. The lyrics are a confession of love. The song is a man saying he'll be anything the woman needs, someone who can bring her out of the darkness into the light, someone who can help her find her way home when she is lost.
Aww.
The track features Henrik Lindar from the Swedish band Dirty Loops on bass. The song is composed by Andreas Oberg, Simon Petrin, Maha Cook, and Gustav Karlström.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Oh, they just like took it all away.
Oh, wow.
I feel
That's
so
a really good
played
use of
with.
silence.
Wait. I thought we paused it. Are there gaps in the audio or... Okay, because it sounds like my...
That's what it kind of sounds like.
It sounds like my headphones are getting disconnected.
Oh wait, that was cool.
They fucking with us
Whoa,
now.
did you hear that like chromaticism that they like didn't need? That was so cool.
Oh.
That was nice ear candy.
Yeah, this is very jazz pop.
Okay.
What? Hints of Married to the Music, the melodic line, and the harmonies. Da-da-dee-da.
Yeah.
Oh. Yo. This is so smart. This is so good. Oh.
I think I'll put this on my playlist.
Oh my
too.
god.
Man, this is such a nice interlude, like harmonically.
Also what the bass player's doing.
Yeah.
It's like hardly ever playing like 1 and 3.
So nice.
I feel like there's all these weird like timbral push and pulls like Lana, Lana, you know, and it really uses that
Yeah.
this dynamic contrast.
It's interesting the kind of grooves and things that they're using because it doesn't ever give a sense of feeling settled or secure.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's like some like side instrument in there that's like like oscillating and slowing down. I missed reacting with you.
What?
This is so confusing, but so pleasant at the same time. Where are we going?
Oh.
Wow.
Melisma leading into a different key area.
It's interesting how a lot of the percussion just repeats, but it's on like every probably 4 or 8 bars, depending on how you write this out. There's like this weird ching sound that's really high that comes in.
Get that truck driver modulation.
That is a way to do a key change. Holy crap. That's not easy to do. No, not for the singers. That's so cool. So good.
What did you like about the bass playing?
Okay, he was all up and down the neck, first of all. They're going from way high to way low. It's super cool. He also plays with 5 strings, so he can just be like, which is cool that he has the extra low B. This is actually something that I really appreciated about this, that you can't get really through editing. It just has to be like you grooving really fucking hard. And that is making straight 8th notes still sound kind of swung. Because like that chromatic line that you were talking about, that they weren't just going da 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 da. It was like ba 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 ba. There's like a difference. There is a difference. Like they were just grooving extraordinarily hard, and there was like just a little right on it's a little swing. Just like yeah, it's really good.
Do I need to say anything? I will.
Yes, you're
but
on a React channel.
I know, I'm sorry. Just the way, in every aspect of the song, like, it had something to say harmonically. Like, people who are fluent in jazz theory, they just know how to take you into these other worlds of harmonic, like, weirdness, craziness. The rate at which those harmonies change are usually so fast, as was the case in this song, that it really leaves you, like, whoa. It was like really cool. And the way they did it wasn't always just with like chords. Like there were some really cool like electronic quiet interjections like in between vocal lines, like riffs that like it's like a little like microcosm for like, ooh, cool change. Ooh, cool change. And like there were just like so many different levels. It was a lot. It was a lot, but it was really, really, really fucking good.
When I first heard da-da-da-da-da-da, the first time I'm like, oh no, it's one of those weird chromatic ones. And like, sometimes when I get these chromatic songs, I'm like, oh no, there's not gonna be anything for me to latch onto, and I'm not gonna like it because it's too confusing. And there wasn't much to latch onto on first listen, and it was confusing, but I also liked it. So that's just the power of SHINee and our beautiful composers, I guess.
It's so spontaneous that every turn of the section's just a whole new color added to it. There's new dimensions that are added on or being explored. I thought it was really nice that they put in the G major 7 where the in reverse G major 7 da da dee do, but then they didn't do the B flat after.
Whatever.
The giant
it's giant steps.
That's giant
jazz
steps.
standard.
Look into it. It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I love that how they played with the ding sound. Very cool. So many textures in the background in this.
Yeah, I felt like, well, at first it was disorienting because just the way how the music cuts off abruptly and it makes you think that there's something wrong with the computer. But then you start to realize that's sort of the vibe that they're going for. They just like add these sporadically almost these other sounds, contrasting sounds and these textures and these voices, and that makes you feel like when you're halfway through the song that it sounds like, you know, a musical salad. It's such a overused trope, you know, but it's just like you have like all these different types of fruits or like vegetables, and then as the song keeps going, however, I started to realize that a lot of the mixtures that I thought were sporadic were actually used over and over again. So by the end, I felt like it became predictable, but in a way where these sparky sort of interruptions lost their pull almost.
Fun fact, they originally didn't have the modulation at the end, and then A&R said, you know what, SHINee can do it, put in a modulation.
And they're like, not only are we gonna pull one in, it's not just gonna be like, up a half step, here we go again, folks. Like,
No, they
it's like,
used that chromatic line to get into it, and like the last one of that motive was slightly different. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, and then they switched everything up with it to make that the new harmony, like the new harmony underneath the whole thing. That was so cool. That was so cool.
Yeah, any like chromatic line that they did, it was like very unexpected, but like very cool.
Especially some of the vocal harmonies. Who'd you say composed this?
This is by Andres Oberg. This is by Simon Petrin.
My gosh.
Karlstrom, and
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot going on in that one too, where you're like, my ears are just like trying to listen to everything at once, and you're like not really sure what to focus on because the bass is so swaggy, but there's like all this other stuff happening on top, and like
That just convinces me more when like Sweden and Korea cooperate together, collaborate. They make they literally rule the world. Think Super Smash Bros. Melee, Armada, Leffen, and like who else? I'm just thinking like Swedish and Armada is Swedish, I think.
What?
Anyhow, this song was really, really cool. I like the chromatic vocal lines. I liked all the little vocal harmonies they put in there. I wish I could listen to it a couple more times and pick out like what exactly they're doing there as far as the chords. But it was too quick a listen for me to hear that. Also, that middle part with the rap. Did you pay attention to the slap bass in there?
Yes. Yes. I wish that I can't do that.
So cool.